What is iPhone face and why does everybody hate it so much? This is what Daisy Jones and the Six, Persuasion, and The King all have in common. Viewers claiming that the leads all have iPhone face, a face which just looks like it's seen modern technology. What makes an iPhone face an iPhone face? Contemporary plastic surgery and tweakment. Think lip filler, botox, especially botox brow lifts. There's something about seeing an arched eyebrow in a period piece that just throws everyone off. Or being incapable of moving your forehead in a film set in the 1800s. Like, be serious. And also there's a very particular rhinoplasty nose shape, the ski slope nose, which is an integral feature of Instagram face, and often there is a lot of overlap between iPhone face and Instagram face. But very interestingly, the Daily News actually wrote about iPhone face all the way back in 2013. Teeth whitening, plastic surgery, body piercings, weight training, healthful eating, and yoga have made a challenge to find the perfect period performer. Add the unforgiving nature of high-definition video, on which more movies are made and seen, and the emergence of visually savvy audiences, and you have a recipe for historical dissonance. And I actually think the most defining feature of iPhone face isn't rhinoplasty or lip filler or a botox brow lift. It's actually veneers. In the UK, when we think of veneers, we're often thinking of those super unnatural, bright white, completely uniform veneers, which you can get done fairly cheap in countries like Turkey, where they shave your teeth down to little spikes. They're also known as turkey teeth in the UK. And I'm not talking about those kinds of veneers. I'm talking about the really expensive, technically really well done veneers that we find among actors and singers and celebrities alike. Although these veneers are technically well done, and don't get me wrong, they look great, they look absolutely perfect, and I think that's the issue. They're so perfect to a point where it looks a little unsettling. And I think it's these contemporary, very clean-cut, very monotonous features are actually often exacerbated in period pieces. And I think it can be very jarring as a viewer to watch. I think it can take people out of it a little bit. Maybe it makes things a little less immersive, but I do think it's worth asking ourselves that, do we really want to see period pieces without iPhone faces? Hear me out. Lorenzo Salomon writes for NSS Magazine that the presence of contemporary beauty in period pieces often contributes to the digestibility of the product. Would we really want to see makeup-free, untouched, untweaked faces with crooked and maybe even dirty teeth in our films and TV shows? Or are we willing to sacrifice some historical accuracies for the sake of some pretty people to look at? I think there's a real cognitive dissonance found in people who complain about contemporary beauty standards but still perpetuate those ideals. It reminds me about how Twitter users will yell from the rooftops that they want more normal people on Love Island, but then jump straight to bullying someone who they don't deem attractive enough to be on the show. Can these actors really ever win? But overall, I think this rejection of iPhone face is actually a representation of not only our fatigue with contemporary beauty standards and trying to keep up with them, but also a wider rejection of modernism and the monotony which is born from it. Capitalism doesn't breed innovation, it breeds replication. Think about TikTok's success and all of the copycats which were born from it. But I think people's frustration lies where copying and pasting isn't exclusive to the digital realm anymore. We're now copying and pasting features on our bodies and faces, and the girls are tired.